All right, everyone, welcome to the 187th District Court. I know everybody's running maybe a little bit late because of the weather we're having, but as I always say, it's better to arrive safe than not arrive at all. So these are the rules of the 187th District Court. It's Tuesday. Let's keep it a Tuesday. Let's not try to turn it into a Monday. Everyone, as you can see, we have a lot of people on the docket today, so put some patience in your pocket. The prosecutors have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms, but as you can tell, there are more defense attorneys than there are prosecutors. Co-host. To all of those who are at your offices, at your house, and at the jail, you are in a courtroom. So what does that mean? That means anything you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. To the inmates, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You are not allowed to use the internet. If you do any of these things, what will end up happening is you will be sent back to your cell. And as you probably are aware, there's a short staffing issue. So we'll probably see you in 60 to 90 days. To everyone who's at your home or at work, you need to tell your employer that you need to take a break. You need to find a place that's stationary. If you're at your home, there's to be no cooking, no shopping, no changing of diapers. If you do anything that's inappropriate for this Zoom screen, your Zoom privileges will be revoked. You will be required to appear in person in the 187 District Court, which is located downtown at 300 De La Rosa. You'll have to get an Uber or a Lyft. If you are driving, you're going to find a lot of one-ways, and you're going to find that parking is at a premium. If you take the VIA bus, you're going to find that you can't find change, and they don't give change. They need exact change. I'm going to open breakout rooms. When I open the breakout rooms, it's going to invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To all defendants and those who are accused, your attorney is probably going to want to speak to a prosecutor before they speak to you. So please do not request to go to a breakout room. If they want you in a breakout room, someone will call you by name, or you will see something pop up that says, go to this specific breakout room, but your name will be called. To all attorneys, if you have an agreement, no matter how small you think that agreement is, you need to put it in the chat box to the court coordinator. She's listed on the screen as Ferguson Coordinator. If you have a plea bargain agreement, you will need to send that to her. Do not call her, chat her, text her, email her asking for a continuance. I'm the only person who can do that. I'm going to call the attorney's name. This is the order in which you'll appear. If I don't call, sorry, someone just went white. All right. So I'm going to call the attorney's names. To the inmates and those who are accused, you will not hear your name. You will hear your attorney's name. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney is zooming into another courtroom. Be patient. We will get your attorney here. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. John Cisneros, Derek Edmonds, Colin Hobbs, H. Dave Sanchez, James Anders, Roberto Ramirez, Ramos and Del Cueto, Anton Hayek, Javier Padilla, Justin Fox, John Perez, Miguel Hernandez, Rafael Leal, Tony Hernandez, Heather Ramirez, Lorraine Efron, James Toshi, Trisha Morales, David Garcia, and Raymundo Elamon. Is there anyone whose name I did not call?
Yes, Judge.
Ray Lopez, anyone else?
And Patrick Montgomery, we were both here for the same McDaniel.
Okay, anyone else?
Yes, Your Honor.
David Cuellar?
Yes,
Jonathan
ma'am.
Ochoa.
Jonathan Ochoa, where did you receive your bar license?
Wait, what do you mean?
Are you an attorney?
Oh, no, you didn't call my attorney's name either.
Yes, and what did I say about that? All right, Bill Davidson?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a plea worked out. We just have to.
Okay. Just give me a moment. Anyone else whose name was not called?
Alberto Acevedo, Your Honor.
All right, to attorneys, it will make things move quicker if you add it to your name, the name of your client, and whether or not it is criminal trial division or family violence. The prosecutors are co-hosts. They have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms. So think of those breakout rooms as going to the doctor's office. When you get called to the back and you're all happy because you think you're seeing a doctor, you're actually not. They're just going to check your weight and your blood pressure. So be patient when you are in those breakout rooms. To everyone else, if you are a defendant or accused, you cannot let your screen go dark. Your video must be shown. If your video is not shown, then what will end up happening is you will have to appear in person. All right, Johnny Cisneros.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. I have a Blake Wilburn family violence, and I would like to breakout room with the prosecutor, please.
All right, I'll send you to number 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Derek Emmons.
Good morning, Judge. I have Leland Dyer. He's in my office with me. Then I also have Xavier L. Perez. One is family violence, the other one's criminal trial division.
I'll send you to number 4.
Thank you.
Colin Hobbs.
Judge, I'm in chat with Meredith, but it's for Nathan Medina. I've changed my name, so hoping to
Thank
confirm.
you. I'll send you to number 5.
Thank you.
H. Dave Sanchez.
Judge, I have Mark Cantu. It's CTD. I had previously spoken to Marcus.
All right, I will send you to number 6. James Anders. James Anders.
Yes, Judge. Family violence, Gonzalez. I recently spoken with Joe Ray.
I'll send you to number 7.
Thank you, Judge.
Roberto Ramirez.
Good morning, Your Honor. Criminal Trial Division for and for Monica Reynolds.
I'll send you to number 8.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ramos and Dequeta.
Good morning, Judge. It's Taylor Wood from our office for Andrew. Could we please confer?
You don't hear me?
All right, and who's the client?
Carlos Landon, he's on the Zoom.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division, Judge.
I'll send you to number 9. Anton Hayek.
Here, Your Honor, with Mario Morales. We're supposed to get a trial date.
All right, have you conferred with the state recently?
At the last setting.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence.
Let me send you to number 10.
Yes, Your Honor.
Javier Padilla.
Morning, Judge. Claudia Rubio Mendoza, Criminal Trial Division. Judge, just this morning, I received a notice that she's been accepted into the pretrial diversion program, and I received a copy of the contract. So I will get over to the jail and have her sign that and turn that in this afternoon.
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1. You need to speak with Ms. Ferguson. All right, Ms.
thank you.
Ferguson, can you go to breakout room number 1 on a PTD, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Justin Folks. Justin Fox.
Good morning, Judge. He's running a few minutes late. He wanted me to hop on for him. He should be in the office in about 5 minutes.
All right, I'll send you to number 11.
Thank you, ma'am.
John Pettis. Thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 12. Miguel Hernandez.
Good morning, Judge.
I'll send you to number 13.
Thank you, Judge.
Raphael Leal. Raphael Leal. Going once. Going twice.
Right here.
2, 1,
Who do you have?
0, 8,
I have
4,
a
7, 1.
Okay, you need to turn off your,
4,
whatever
0.
your, I'm sorry, who do you have?
Victor Manuel Vela.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Family violence.
I'll send you to number 14.
Thank you.
Tony Hernandez. Tony
Yes, Judge, I
Hernandez.
have Angelina Longoria, and we were conferring with Meredith.
Send you to 15.
Tony Cantrell is also on the case, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to 15.
Thank you, Judge.
Heather Ramirez.
Good morning, Judge. I have Mr. Reese, who's
2,
getting ready to get
1,
locked up.
0, 8,
Mr.
4.
Saunders again. They did have a plea offer at the last hearing.
All right, and where's the attorney?
Go ahead.
I'm right here, Your Honor.
Very small.
Okay, just one moment.
Sorry about the small.
All right, so it's Brandon Day, and is it Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
It is criminal trial, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you both to breakout room number 16.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Lorraine Efron.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Botier is pending a competency eval. He's in the jail.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. If you'll speak to Ms. Ferguson and get a date for me, please.
Okay, and then also on Edna Villalba, we just need a trial date on her as well. We
All
were
right,
on, yeah.
Have
Yeah,
you
we were,
spoken?
we did. We were on the trial docket in November, and then I guess the court was in trial on another case, so we were put back for today to get another trial date.
All right, if you go to breakout room number 1, James Toshi.
Good morning, Judge. I have Ms. Genevieve Ramirez. It's a motion to revoke. I was conferring with Ms. McIntyre at the last setting, I believe.
All right, I'll send you to 17.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Trisha Padilla Morales. Trisha Morales.
I've got Frank Moreno, family violence.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 18.
Thank you.
David Garcia.
Morning, Judge. This is the one from yesterday that we're trying to do a plea in the misdemeanor court. I checked with County Court 8, and they can do it tomorrow.
And what's your client's name?
Don Alvarado. He's a recall from yesterday.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Speak with Ms. Ferguson.
Awesome. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Raymundo Alamon.
Yes, Judge, I have Mr. Ramiro Cervantes. He was from yesterday. He's a criminal trial.
And that's a
and
plea, correct?
He's ready for a plea, yes. He should have
All
all the
right.
paperwork ready.
All right, just give me one moment. Ray Lopez.
Yes, Judge, I'm here for Frederick McDaniel. He's in custody. Patrick Montgomery was also.
What's the first name?
Frederick McDaniel,
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division. Patrick Montgomery was also appointed. He has the more serious felony. And the court wanted us to come back to see, who's going to handle it or whatnot.
All right, let me send you to breakout room number 1. And let the court coordinator know that we need Patrick Montgomery in here. David Cuellar, who do you have?
Yes, Your Honor. I have Mark Hurtado, Hurtado. We actually signed the contract for PTD and returned it a couple of weeks ago, but the case is not dismissed yet.
I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bill Davidson.
Hello,
Hi.
Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm available. I've done all the paperwork on Kevin Veals, but I'm all, if we can do the paperwork, just do the plea, that's good with me.
All right. Do you know if your client's been sworn in?
He hasn't been sworn in, but he is logged in right now.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Kevin, if you could go to number 2,
Okay.
please. And to the clerks, could you go to breakout room number 2, please? Alberto Acevedo. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 19. Eddie Bravanek.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Jaime Luna. It's family violence. Tell me where to go. Not where, but which room.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 20.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let me find you on here. Pat Montgomery.
I saw Pat in court, it's in 379.
Pat, I'm sending you to breakout room number 1. All right, Javier Padilla, you have Mendoza.
Yes, Judge, I spoke to Norma. She gave me a return date of January 21.
Just 1 second. Let me pull your client's file. Okay, what date were you given?
January 21.
Do you need to speak with your client?
Yes, Judge, please.
All right, I don't speak Spanish, and I see that a Spanish interpreter is needed.
I can speak to her, Judge.
Well, no, it's, you need to tell her to go to a breakout room. Can you tell her to go to breakout room number 3?
Yes.
All right.
Claudia, número 3. Can I be excused from there, Judge?
Well, you need to make sure she comes back to the main room before you leave.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, may I approach, please?
Just 1 moment.
Thank you.
Rebecca, do you see what page Rubio is on?
On 14.
Thank you. All right, H.J. Sanchez.
Judge, that case is going to be dismissed.
Page 10, Judge.
Thank you.
Mark and Tues.
Okay. Okay, I don't see it on page 10, guys.
Mark Cantu is on page 15.
Okay, somebody shouted page 10. All right, as soon as I receive the dismissal, I'll sign it. You and your client are excused.
Sorry, Judge, you said we're excused?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Your Honor, I was in breakout room 11, but closed out of that one on accident, out of that Zoom on accident. So now I'm back on my phone.
All right, what is your client's name?
John Cullens, Your Honor, criminal trial.
All right, I'll send you back to 11. All right, Johnny Cisneros.
Your Honor, I was trying to chat Norma, but I couldn't find her chat box. Anyway, I spoke to Caitlin and she gave me an offer I need to extend to my client, please. And
All right.
That's a reset for that, please.
All right, where's your client?
He should be logged on, Your Honor. He logged on earlier.
I'm right here, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll send you to number 5 to speak to your client about the offer, Johnny.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Wilburn, you need to go to number 5.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Colin Hobbs.
Yes, Judge, I spoke with Meredith. I'm going to be coming back this afternoon. It's going to be an agreement on the MTR.
Okay.
We're going to be there in
Martina.
person.
Okay, so we'll see you at 2 p.m.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. James Anders.
Yes, Judge, I spoke with the prosecution and they stated that they're going to be dismissing the case.
All right, and what's your client's name?
David Gonzalez, Gonzales.
David Lee.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me find the page he's on.
11, Judge.
Thank you. All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, is there a prosecutor available to take a plea? And then Mr. LaHood, I'll take you up. Is there a prosecutor available to take a plea on Cervantes?
I can do it, Judge. I just can't turn my video on right now.
All right. If nobody has any objections to you not having your video on, we will go for it. Mr. Alaman, are you going to have any objection that the prosecutor can't show her video at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, the court is going to call 2021 CR 3710, State of Texas versus Ramiro Cervantes. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Caitlin Wilkes for the state.
For the defense?
Raimundo Aleman for Mr. Cervantes.
And are you Mr. Cervantes?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Cervantes, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Alaman, Mr. Cervantes, the state is having technical difficulties and is unable to show their video. Do you have any objections to us proceeding without the state's video being shown?
No, no, Your Honor.
Any objections? Mr.
I could
Cervantes?
jump in, Judge.
Okay.
I'm back from a breakout room. This is Meredith.
Okay. Thank you, Meredith. Sorry, I just wanted to be a team player.
No, thank you.
No. All right, so standing in for the state is Meredith McIntyre. Mr. Alaman, I'm showing you what's entitled Acknowledgement of Discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cervantes, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Mr. Cervantes, did you review that document with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, yes, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, it appears that you're proceeding on the indictment as presented. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Cervantes, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes,
Did you understand what you're charged with is unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, at all times, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cervantes, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Oh, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there's restitution of $500 to Diana Chavez, C-H-A-V-E-Z. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, proof of valid employment upon release, the theft course, and regular UAs. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
State Office States Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Cervantes, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Only that this was a big misunderstanding and which resulted in this offense. And Mr. Cervantes left all of his tools in the vehicle and he would like to have them returned.
All right, Mr. Cervantes,
Yes, ma'am.
how do you know the complainant Diana Chavez?
I did some work for their son and I did housework for her and her mother.
All right, what was were there drugs in the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am. That was less than half a gram.
All right, so how often are you using drugs?
Not a lot. I use when I go to work to keep me going.
All right, and what drugs are you using?
Ice.
All right, and you say in work to keep you going.
Yes.
But
I
how
do it
often is that?
Okay. It's not a lot. Some days can be more than others, but not that much.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
When's the last time you had employment where you received a paycheck?
It's been a while. I do
What is a
my,
while?
maybe a few years. I've been doing self-contracting.
Do you think you have a drug problem?
No, not really. I went, oh, I don't. No. I don't,
All right.
but
Here's the thing, Mr. Cervantes. I always tell people sometimes and my mom doesn't like me to use this word, but I'm going to use it here. Sometimes we lie to people, right? We don't tell the truth.
That's true.
But the one thing you cannot do is you cannot lie to yourself.
That's true.
What I discovered on my time on the planet is that people who have drug addiction, they tell some of the most fanciful stories, but they sound true and real. So don't be dishonest with yourself, because when you're dishonest with yourself, that causes a whole host of other problems. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. $1,000 fine to be probated, 2 years deferred adjudication, 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if he provides proof that he's obtained the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring him to get the COVID vaccination, but if he does, 40 hours will be deducted. $500 restitution to Diana Chavez, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be random field visits, 1 time per month, regular Zoom or in-person reporting, outpatient treatment with probation, and random UAs. Rebecca, is there anything else that Mr. Cervantes needs?
What about the theft course?
Thank you so much.
And Judge, if it just occurred to me, if we could add a no contact order with the victim as well. I don't want him trying to contact her about the tools. It's not really a part of this agreement.
All right, so there's theft course, no contact with Diana Chavez. Mr. Cervantes, if you have any type of equipment or there's something that you need that you deem is yours, then you will need to contact or make arrangements through a police escort, I will allow you to have a police escort just to obtain whatever property you have.
Yes, ma'am.
But other than that, you can't have any contact. And that contact can only occur in the presence of a police officer. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything else, Rebecca?
No, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is the plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
we can
ma'am.
go off the record. Mr. Cervantes, the reason I forgot to put in the theft course, because I can give you a theft course in probably less than 10 seconds. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. People don't like it. Get a job. If you want something, get a job to earn it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're old enough to know better. I'm
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
send you to a breakout room, and probation will meet you there. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And let me just find you on the screen. There you are. Mr. Alaman, you can go to breakout room number 3, or either you can be excused.
Rather be excused, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Javier Padilla, you're excused unless you have something else with us.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Adam LaHood,
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
great.
We have a Clinique Void on the docket. I'm struggling getting in contact with her. We have a psych eval request pending based upon some very erratic behavior, if you remember last time we were in court, and just some other stuff that we've seen. I'm going to try to track her down. I really want her to get evaluated and see what's going on. Hopefully I'm going to try calling bondsman and see if she has a cosigner or whatever, and just do everything we can to get her here.
He's lying. He's lying.
Oh.
I have proof that I've called it.
My God, she's here. My God.
Yes.
All right, Judge, thank you. We've had, all right, we're all right. We have contact now. Your Honor, we would.
He's lying.
request a psych eval.
Just one second. Time out. Time out. All right, Miss Boyd, unmute yourself.
Oh my God, thank God.
He isn't lying.
No.
Judge Boyd.
Stop. Miss Boyd, you're in a courtroom. You cannot be blurting out. If you were physically in a courtroom, you wouldn't just be able to blurt out in the courtroom.
And I understand, but if I was in court, would
I'm
I
going to
go
give you a chance to speak,
Thank you.
but wait your turn. We don't blurt
Well.
things out. You're in a courtroom.
I apologize.
All right, apology accepted. So,
Looking fat.
do you
fuck.
have your attorney's phone number?
Are you talking to me, Miss
Yes.
Judge Boyd? Yes, ma'am. And I have proof. I have recorded. I've called him several times.
No.
since
Here's the thing, Ms. Boyd. I'm just trying to make sure.
Yes, I have his
that
number.
y'all- All right, thank you. So, Mr. LaHood, do you have her information?
Judge, I will try to verify it with her today and make sure. I did receive a message. I've called back. We have not been able to get in contact with each other though.
Okay, so here's the thing. Ms. Boyd, stop. Here's the thing. You're here now. He's here now.
Yeah.
You all can have contact and conversation now. So I'm going to send you both to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
And I have a lot of Boyds on the screen today, but I'll let everybody know I'm not related to any of the Boyds that are here today. So, all right, Miss Boyd, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And to the courtroom, could you go to number 1, please? Everyone, bring it down a notch. It's Tuesday. Let's not make it a Monday. All right, Roberto Ramirez.
Morning, Your Honor. I've conferred with Brittany, and I let her know that we're still in the process of doing the mental health pretrial diversion application process. It's taking a little bit of time, and I'm asking for another reset.
Why is it taking so long?
I'm not really sure, Your Honor. There's a problem with a scheduling. I understand my client who's here by Zoom. She says she cannot get her video turned on, but that she had an appointment set up and then was ready for the appointment, but then did not get a call. And that's the last information I had. So I'm going to try to do more liaising to make sure that, she has clear information as to what her appointment is so that she can make that with the screener.
All right, and do you know who is the screener?
No, I don't, Your Honor, but I can find that out.
Okay. Ms. Ferguson, on Monica Reynolds, can I have that reset the first week in January, please? And if you'll put that in the chat box for me. And Brenda, do you see what page this is on? All right, we're going to bring you back on January 5th. And we were here on November 15th to recall for December 14th for this mental health thing. So this is the last setting I'm going to give for people to coordinate.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day.
Thank you, you too. And Norma, can you let them know that Rubio can go back, please? Rubio is listed as 187.
Yes, ma'am.
Raphael Leal.
Your Honor, I was in breakout room number 14 and nobody showed up. I've been there for the past.
Well,
10
didn't I say put some patience in your pocket? You know, when you go to see a doctor, that the doctor doesn't come in there and see you right away. And you know what? That doctor just went in his lab coat, knocked on the door, nobody answers. So they moved to the next room.
Well, Judge, my pocket wasn't very deep. I think that's what was the problem on that one.
You need to go back to your original breakout room, which is 14. And I can tell you this, that the prosecutor for family violence just skipped over your room, because it's actually, when you look at breakout rooms and nobody's in there, it shows your name, but it shows it as being empty.
Judge, and I also have a Juan Antonio Ibarra on an empty MTA in his jail, so I'm also ready on that one.
All right, what's the name again for the other person?
Juan Antonio Ibarra.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Well, I think it's family violence. It's injury to a elderly, I think. Might be family violence.
All right, if you'll go back to your breakout room, someone will meet you there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And everyone, just give me a moment. All right, George Ruiz.
Yes, Your Honor. I actually spoke to the state. I spoke to Mr. Sanders, and he stated that there's a lot to review. He needed a little bit more time to review before he can make another offer, Your Honor. So I was going to respectfully ask for another reset so he can have time to review all the evidence and then get back to me. I know they've changed prosecutors in this case, so that's the reason probably for the delay.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Brandon Day, can I have a 30-day reset, please? And if you will put that in the chat box, please. All right, we're going to come back on January 27th.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you so much, Judge. Y'all have a good day.
All right, thank you, you too.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm sorry, what?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. John Pettis.
Yes, Judge. I had a chance to go ahead and confer with Michelle Hayden regarding Jonathan Boyd, no relation. We have gotten our first offer. I just asked for 30 days for time for me to confer with my clients. My office is closed the next 2 weeks. So just given the holidays, I'm asking for 30 days.
Do you have all the discovery?
I do. I believe I do, Judge. Yes.
Because last time we were here, it was something to do with a thumb drive. So you have all the discovery and an offer has been tendered. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Jonathan Boyd, please?
And I do apologize for any background noise. I'm also in County Court 5 on my iPad and I can't mute it. I can lower it as much as possible, but I can't fully mute.
Okay. All right, we'll see you back on January 27th.
January 27th. Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Alberto Acevedo.
Your Honor, I've conferred with the prosecutor on Terrence Trudell.
Yes.
We just need a trial date. I spoke with him about a trial date and he agreed to February 15th.
Have you all spoken to Ms. Ferguson about a trial date?
Yes, Judge, she confirmed.
And what date will that be?
February the 15th.
Where's your client?
You should be on the Zoom. If he's not, I can get a hold of him.
Yes, he needs to be here.
I'm here, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Truesdale, have you received an offer from the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, do you have all discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Truesdale, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. If you decide to enter a plea, it will have to be open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your jury trial date will be February 15th. You'll need to appear in person in court dressed for trial at 9 a.m. The court is located at 300 De La Rosa. We're on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ramos and Del Cueto.
Yes, Judge. I
Yes.
conferred with Marcus. We're missing quite a bit of discovery. He's under the impression that they've uploaded everything and asked that we bring a hard drive or something to download their file to.
All right, Norma, on Landon, can I get a reset date for the first week in January for discovery? First week in January.
Sorry, Judge.
No problem. All right, we're going to come back on January 7th.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You and your client are excused.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Judge Kim?
Norma, which page is Landon on?
15.
Thank you.
And try to do that today.
Yes.
Scott McCrum.
Morning, Judge. Can I have a breakout room to confer, please?
With whom are you conferring with?
Family violence.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 21.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, on Clinique Boyd.
Yes, Judge, I'm back from talking with her.
Yes.
I don't know, we can confer with an ADA this morning. She's upset and everything, which, I mean, I do think there's some grounds for competency still, but it's kind of borderline there, Judge. I'm going to see when we confer today, and there might be something we can possibly get done today. I don't know. Let's, if I can confer with the ADA, we'll go from there.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It is CTD.
All right, is there a criminal trial division prosecutor available to confer with Mr. LaHood?
Yes, Judge.
All right, to the courtroom, if you can move to breakout room number 2, please.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And Marcus, he will be in number 2. Anton Hayek,
Right here, Judge, I confer with the prosecutor and talk to my client. He still rejects the offer, and the prosecutor picked February 8th, which is a clear date for me.
all right. And where is Mr. Morales?
He's incarcerated in the Bexar County Jail.
Mr. Morales, let me see where you are.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Morales, my understanding is that an offer has been tendered. Are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, have you received all the discovery?
I believe I have, Your Honor.
What date, Mr.?
February 8th.
All right, Mr. Morales, your jury trial date will be February 8th at 9 a.m. The court will not accept any further plea bargain agreements in this case. Your plea deadline date has expired. If you are still in custody, you will need to come to the 187 District Court located at 300 De La Rosa on February 8th at 9 a.m. You'll need to be dressed for jury trial. If, however, you're still in custody, you will be brought over dressed for jury trial. Your attire will be whatever you have at the Bexar County Jail. So if you wish to be dressed in different attire, you'll have to make arrangements through your attorney. Mr. Hayek, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know, and we'll see if we can coordinate that and help you with that.
Thank you, and I certainly will.
Thank you. You and your client are excused. Ms. Ferguson, can you let them know that Morales 14P can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Roland Garcia.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on the Donald Gilliland. It's a trial division case. I do need to speak. I do need to confer with the state.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 23.
Would it be possible to speak with my client in that room before I talk to the DA?
Yes. Is your client on bond or in custody?
He's in custody. I see him 14J, it looks like.
All right, Mr. Gilliland, if you'll go to breakout room number 23, please. Eddie Bravenec.
Yes, Judge, reporting back on Jaime Luna. It's a family violence case. I talked with Michelle Hayden on the case. I have an affidavit from the victim. There is a body cam video that is not accessible to me. She's making a copy of. Since I just gave her the affidavit this morning, since I just got it yesterday, since I haven't seen the body cam, we both agreed to ask you for approximately 30-day reset. It may resolve itself depending on what the victim says and what the body cam is, but I think that's the best course of action.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Jaime Luna, please? And it's for discovery. All right, we'll come back on January 27th.
Judge, I appreciate that. May I be excused?
Yes, you and your client are excused. Lorraine Efron.
Judge, yes, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. Just give me one moment.
Sure.
Let me find Miss Luna. There we are. Nope, that isn't it. Ms. Ferguson, what page is Jaime Luna on, please? Everyone, just give me a moment. All right, I'm sorry about that, Ms. Efron. Let's start with Edna.
Villalba.
Yes.
Um,
Let me grab her file.
Okay.
All right, where's your client?
She's on Zoom with us.
Edna.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nava. Yes. All right, in this case, defense, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Villalba, are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes.
All right, your jury trial is going to be February 22nd at 9 a.m. You'll need to appear in court dressed for trial. The court is located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. So you need to be here at 9 a.m. The court will not consider any further plea bargain agreements in this case. Your plea deadline date has expired. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You are excused. And Ms. Efron, your next case?
Is Mr. Botire.
All right, so.
He's in jail.
So has the evaluation been filed?
No, well, I apologize, Judge. The court ordered it from the bench and I thought it was being sent. Norma said I better get a written motion filed because it's not been forwarded. So I apologize for that.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Boucher, could you unmute for me, please, sir? Just press the space bar. It's the longest key on the keyboard. If you can hold that down. Just keep it held down. Hi. All right, so Mr. Boucher, what's going to end up happening is ask the deputy to unmute you, sir. He's right behind you.
That this here? Yeah. That way you don't. Not working. There you go. All right, we ready.
All right, Mr. Boucher.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to have to expedite an evaluation for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to be back. It's not going to happen until the new year, but I don't want to lose you in this. So I'm going to get you a reset date the first week in January, just so we can make sure that everything is being done. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, that's fine.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a date at the first week in January for Mr. Boucher? And we can make sure his evaluation is done. So we're going to come back on January 7th. Now, I don't think your evaluation is going to be completed. And when I say completed, I don't think a doctor is going to have seen you by then. But I just want to make sure that we keep an eye on you and don't lose you in the system, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll see you then. Is there anything else on Mr. Boucher?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then. Norma, can you let them know 14H is here to go back?
I didn't know you can go back to that. I was just like, man, what do I do?
Have a nice rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Judge, I filed something late yesterday off docket.
Yes, just give me a moment. I'll put that in the chat box for you. Just give me one moment, please.
Okay.
All right, James Meyer. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
Okay. I'm going to move you to breakout room number 24. All right, who are the parties on Kevin Bills? Kevin Bills.
Yes, this is William Davidson, and Kevin should be logged in as well.
Yes.
Is there a prosecutor available?
I'm available, Judge.
Court is calling 2021 CR 4055, State of Texas versus Kevin Roy Bills. If we're going to have parties announced for the record, please, for the state.
Michelle Hayden for the state.
For the defense.
William Davidson.
And are you Kevin Bills?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Bills, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Bills, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we're waiving count 2 and 3. We're proceeding on count 1, the arson of a habitation count.
Any objection?
No objection.
Mr. Bills, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is arson of a habitation or place of assembly? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, just one moment. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Bills, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Mr. Davis have
Are
been
you?
good.
Oh, thank you. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count one only. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years. There's a $1,500 fine. The state is silent on your applications. This will run concurrent with cause number 650388, which is a county court cause number. There's to be no contact with Rose Michelle, Michelle, Lozano, Lozano. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motion?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged in count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments into evidence.
Any
No
objections?
objections. I've been over with my client, Your Honor.
Mr. Beals, I'm showing you what's entitled Waivering Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, in all places.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Judge, may I announce to the court, it's Tony Hernandez.
I'm in the middle of a hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Ms. Ferguson, I need a PSI date, please.
Sorry, Judge, give me 1 second.
All right, we're going to come back on February 7th
Thank
at
you, Your
9
Honor.
a.m. And
Thank
he'll
you.
need to be present in the courtroom for sentencing.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Maybe-
You and your client, Mr. Bills, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Mr. Davidson, is there anything specific you need Mr. Bills to be considered for? Is there a issue of mental health evaluation? Is there a drug issue?
No, Your Honor, there's neither of those.
All right.
May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused, Mr. Bills. I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Probation will go over what's expected of you and where you need to make your appointments, okay? If someone for probation can
Yes,
go to
ma'am.
breakout room number 2, please.
I'll do it.
And Mr. Bills, I'll send you to breakout room number 2. Let me find you on the screen. All right, Tony Hernandez.
Yes,
that
I
the
just want to
person?
let the court know that Angelina Longoria will be a plea.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Johnny Cisneros.
Your Honor, good morning again. We've been discussing the case and they're gonna have to re-indict him, so we're gonna need some time, please. They're gonna re-indict him on a lesser included.
All right, so what's going to happen with this case ultimately?
Ultimately, I believe it's gonna go to trial, Your Honor. But we have to let the process happen before we.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 1-month reset on, oops, sorry, that's okay. It happens, but it's still Tuesday. At least it's not Monday. Norma, can I have a 30-day reset on Blake Wilburn, please? I'm being told that the state is going to re-indict.
Unless we have an agreement, Judge, they'll re-indict, but I don't see an agreement coming.
All right, do you have all the discovery in this case?
I believe that I do, Your Honor.
And has the state tendered an offer to your client?
They have.
All right, so then what we're going to do is, for this case, your plea deadline date is going to be January 27th. If they re-indict it and it's a lesser included offense, of course, I'll extend plea deadline dates.
Thank you.
All right, if there's nothing else, you and your client are excused.
Did we get a new court date or?
Yes, it's January 27th.
27. Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
First page of the recall.
You are so awesome, Rebecca. You see me looking. Thank you. All right, David Cuellar.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Yes, on your case, what's happening?
Normally gave us a setting date of January 4th. It's a PTD, all the agreement's been sent and signed and everything, so we're just waiting for the dismissal.
Okay. Just 1 second. All right, you and your client are excused. We'll see you back on January 4th. Of course, if it's dismissed, then you won't need to show up.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you.
Team.
You are on it. All right, anyone else ready?
Your Honor, it's Dave McLean with Judge Steen. I just wanted to make an announcement real quick.
Yes.
Court, we were here yesterday, pretty much all day trying to work something out, and we had some issues with paperwork and some other things. However, Mr. Steen has indicated to me that he is going to retain Cleophas Marshall to represent him, and I really don't have much authority to do anything else with Mr. Steen today.
All right, Norma. On Mr. Steen. Recall that, where's Joshua Steen?
I saw him on the screen earlier. I believe he was on page.
I'm right here.
Deshaun Steen? Yes, you're
Yes,
gonna have to come back tomorrow. You need to bring your attorney with you.
We contacted them yesterday to try to pay him. They told us they were gonna contact us back. They look in a case before we can make the payment because he were busy. So.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Mr. McLean, if you're free, you can come in tomorrow. If you're not free, just let the court coordinator know, because I know you worked around your schedule to actually be here today.
Yeah, and Judge, things just happened to go my way, so I was able to get in. I was glad I could. We were supposed to have a plea in 15 tomorrow, which I'm going to have to contact that court and probably let them know I can't do that. And there's some other complications there as well. But I can try to at least come in at least first part of the morning and try and touch base with the court.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Steen, you are excused. We'll see you tomorrow. Tell Mr. Marshall that he needs to be here. If you hired him. If you have not hired him, he's not obligated to show.
Okay. Yeah. No, I haven't got the pay with him yet. I didn't even get to talk to him. I only talk with his team.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Shouldn't have to be out here, I don't think.
And you're excused.
Your Honor, this is Justin Fowkes on John Collins. I have an announcement for the court whenever the court's ready.
I'm ready.
On Mr. Collins, Your Honor, we have had issues communicating with him. He is not on Zoom today. He has MTRs in Dallas. We made attempts over the last several weeks to reach out to his attorney in Dallas, and he hasn't reached out to us or the state. The state made calls as well just to check on status of those cases, but haven't gotten a response. At this time, Judge, my office is filing motions to withdraw for lack of communication with Mr. Collins. And then I just—
Is your client on bond?
He is, Your Honor. He's on our bond. And I would just like to ask the court if you could issue bond increases on his two cases.
All right. Is there a prosecutor available?
Yes, Judge.
All right. The court is calling 2021 CR 3708 and 2021 CR 3707B. State of Texas versus John Colton Collins. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Justin Fowkes.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:33 a.m. Deputy Laura, has there been a John Colton Collins in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
And for the record, there has not been a John Colton Collins on the Zoom screen. This case was originally set on June 10th. There was to be a plea on July 15th. Then it was recalled for November 18th. Then it was recalled again for November 30th for defense counsel to speak with the Dallas attorney. Then it was recalled for December 6th at the attorney's request. And then it was recalled for today, December 14th. Defense, have you had in contact with your client?
No, Your Honor, we've made a diligent effort over the last 2 weeks to contact him. Also, his emergency contacts, his mother has ceased contact with our office, and so has his cousin, who is his main alternative point of contact.
All right, state.
Judge, we're asking that his bond be forfeited and a warrant issued.
Your Honor, we ask that you issue bond increases.
All right.
And issue a warrant.
This is what the court is going to do. In each case, the court is going to issue a judge's warrant, and the court will remand him without bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge, my office has,
Yes.
sorry about that. I received a call. My office has filed motions to withdraw, Your Honor. Should we email those to Norma once they're accepted?
Yes, you can email those and we'll have a hearing once your client is in custody.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused. Jason Catman. Catton.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here with Cadams.
Cadams,
Yes.
okay.
That's all right. I'm here with Christian Almanza. He's also on the Zoom. I believe he's been accepted to pretrial diversion, and so we're just waiting on whatever the next.
What's the name?
Almanza, Almanza.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. The court coordinator will speak with you about that. I'm sorry, number 2. Ms. Ferguson, can you go to number 2 on PTD, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Catherine Valenzuela, you have Figueroa.
Yes, Your Honor. Can I confer with Meredith?
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 6.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Hey, good morning, Judge. I'm here on Ruben Lozano. I think we were here to get a trial date.
Is it criminal trial division?
It is.
Have you conferred with the state?
We have.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2. Just let Ms. Ferguson know while you're here, and then we'll put that on the record. Javier Padilla.
Yes, Judge. Did you still need to speak to us, Claudia Rubio Mendoza, regarding the PTD agreement?
Oh, she's no longer here.
Oh, she's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Judge, I have the agreement. I'm going to get her to sign it. I'll turn it in this afternoon.
All right, thank you. If you want to speak with Ms. Ferguson and see if they can bring her back, if there's something that needs to be signed, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Well, she's in jail, Judge, so I'm gonna go see her and get her to sign it there.
Okay.
And then deliver.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Adam LaHood.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with Marcus and Norma. We have a date that we're going to come back. Judge, there's a chance we're going to be able to get this thing resolved if some restitution is paid. And we're going to go there. And concerns with the competency issues, Judge, and talking with her, well, I think there are some issues there. I don't think it rises anywhere near the level of competency and basically talking with her. So I'm not too concerned with that. We are going to continue working towards and hopefully get this thing resolved, but we have a February 8th date.
You're muted, Judge.
I can't hear anything.
See you back on February 8th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes.
Have a good, if I don't see you, have a good Christmas.
Oh, thank you. You too, and Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, Scott McCrum, and then it'll be Anthony, then it will be Mr. Cox. Scott McCrum.
Hi, Judge, we conferred. I think it was a last discovery compliance setting or something. We have received all the discovery. And so if you would set this for a plea deadline hearing so I could meet with my client and decide on how he wishes to proceed.
So you have all discovery?
Well, to be completely honest, I don't have everything in my possession. The last piece of discovery is waiting for me at the 5th floor window.
Okay. Norma, can we recall Quentin Eddington in 30 days for a plea deadline date? She is in a breakout room. We're going to set it for January 27th.
Thank you, Judge. Am I excused?
Yes, you and your client are excused.
Thank you.
All right, Anthony Cantrell.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I confer with Criminal Trial Division on Angelina Longoria and Mari Hinojosa?
Just one second. You say Anthony who?
Angelina Longoria and Mari Hinojosa.
Tony, they're gonna TIC your case on Angelina.
Oh, are they?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I wanted to find out. That's good.
Okay, so you don't need
Good
on
for you.
Angelina. And then Hinojosa, is that criminal trial
ma'am.
division or family violence?
Criminal trial, ma'am.
All right, on that case, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 3. And to the courtroom, can you let Ms. Boyd know that she is excused?
Your Honor,
All
she
right.
was on Zoom.
I'm sorry?
She was on Zoom and she hung up.
All right, thank you, because it shows her as being in number 1.
Yeah, she's still in there. Okay. Okay.
And for some reason, there's a Christian Almanza in number 1 now.
Your Honor, can I give you an update on Frank Moreno?
Just one moment. Mr. Cox?
Yes, Judge, I have Ernest Teeler. Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
And that's a family violence judge, but we've conferred over the last several months, and we just need a trial date.
All right, so to the courtroom. When you get a chance, if you could send Mr. Cox to breakout room number 2 for a jury trial date.
Yes.
And then I have a Carlos Romero, Judge. That's a criminal trial, and I think it'd be the first chair's case. That's a capital case.
All right, just give me one moment. All right, Tricia Morales on Frank Moreno.
Your Honor, that's going to be a plea. We're just waiting on the paperwork.
All right, thank you. Raphael Leal.
Morning, Judge. I have 2 cases. I'm ready on Juan Antonio Ibarra. And I already spoke with the prosecutor and with my
Just
client.
one moment. Emilio De Leon, why are you eating breakfast? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Mr. Emilio De Leon, raise your hand if you can hear me. I will see you in the 187 District Court today, and you need to be here by 12 p.m. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa, 4th floor. Who is the attorney for Emilio De Leon? Mr. De Leon, we'll see you in the 187 District Court. You'll need to catch an Uber, or either you will have to take the VIA or drive down.
Judge, that was one that was a compliance hearing from yesterday.
All right, then, Mr. De Leon, we will see you in court. Raphael Leal. Let's start with Victor Vela.
Victor Vela, Judge, we have been speaking with the prosecutor previously. I have not spoken with them today, or we're seeking a trial date.
All right, and then Juan Ibarra.
Juan Ibarra, we're ready on the motion to adjudicate, Judge.
All right, have you done the paperwork?
I haven't been sent anything, Judge.
All right, then you have to let them know, you have to put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson that you're ready to proceed on that case. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Okay.
And then we'll take up Mr. Vela.
All right.
Raymond Martinez.
Sorry. Good morning, Judge. I have Cesar George and Patrick Samaniego.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Judge, Mr. George, I spoke to him this morning. He thought you asked us to come back at 2 o'clock today, but I got the invite for 9. Are we okay at 2 o'clock?
Yes, we're okay at 2.
And then I'll go to a breakout on Mr. Samaniego.
Okay. Okay. And I will send you to number 5.
Thank you, Judge.
Tony Hernandez.
Yes, Judge.
Yes. You're doing paperwork. Has it come to you yet?
No, Judge.
Did you let Ms. Ferguson know?
I'd let Meredith know, Judge, but I'll send Ms. Ferguson. I just heard you talk to the other attorney, and I'll send her a note right now.
All right, David Woodard.
Judge, I believe we have a trial date for January 18th.
Just 1 second. And the last name is Lozano?
It's either Lozano or Garcia. I think it's 2 last names.
Ah, okay. It's Rubio Lozano Garcia, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, does he have 4 cases, the aggravated assault, possession of a weapon, felon in possession, and possession less than a gram?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, so what date did she give you for a jury trial date?
January 18th.
All right, where is Mr. Ruben Garcia?
He's in custody.
Ruben Garcia? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Garcia. My understanding you want a jury trial, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Woodard, have you received all the discovery?
I have, Judge.
And you said January 8th?
18th.
18th. Let me just check that. Yep, that is a Tuesday. All right, we're going to come back for your jury trial on January 18th at 9 a.m. Your trial will take place in the 187th District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. If you are released from custody, you'll need to come to the courtroom dressed for trial on January 18th at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not released from trial, you will be brought over from the jail dressed for trial. Your clothing will be whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you want to be dressed in different attire, you need to make arrangements with your attorney. Mr. Woodard, if there's any issue with regards to the exchange of clothing, just let the court know and we'll do what we can to expedite that for you. Is there anything else with Mr. Garcia, Mr. Woodard?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Norma 16A, Mr. Garcia, we'll send you back then.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. You have a great day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Woodard.
All right, talk to you later, man.
Yes, sir.
Can be excused, Judge?
Appreciate it. All right.
Everyone, just give me a moment.
It was on the recall page.
Thank you.
I believe the second one.
Yes, you were close. But it's there. All right, Catherine Valenzuela on Figueroa.
Yes, Your Honor, I've conferred again with Meredith. There's an issue regarding insanity or sanity at the time of the offense. I believe with my conversations with Mr. Breakout, he is competent, but.
Well, have you filed a motion for sanity, Val?
I have not, Your Honor, because of the competency, but I will do that. There is an application for bond reduction or for a habeas for bond reduction. I talked to the state to confer and they wanted us to have a hearing.
Yes, sir. I conferred with Ms. Haas, Judge.
All right, just
Right.
1 second.
Excuse me, Your Honor?
I said just 1 moment.
Okay.
January 4th, I believe. But we wanted to come back prior.
All right, let me see if we can, if I can find that motion, just 1 second.
Well, I just filed it, Your Honor, but you know what? I only filed it on one case. And I remember there's 2 cases, so
Do you know if the state is ready to proceed on that or not?
I don't.
I'm not ready to proceed at this time, but I should be.
Well, I can recall it for tomorrow if everyone is okay, and we'll be ready in the morning. Do you think you'll be ready in the morning, Ms. McIntyre?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so what we'll do on Figueroa, we will recall that for tomorrow. Ms. Valenzuela, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, 2 with Ms. Ferguson. Can you let her know that that's being recalled tomorrow for a bond hearing?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Disposed of before January 4th. Okay.
Where is Mr. Figueroa?
After Patty, that's fine.
Right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Figueroa. We're going to come back on your case tomorrow, and then the court will hear the bond issue, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have a good day now.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks.
Is there a deputy near you, Mr. Figueroa?
Yes,
Can you let them know that you're excused for the day?
sure. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, Catherine, I didn't send you, I sent Ms. Compton there by mistake. So let me find you on the Zoom.
Report. Okay, Judge. Attorney's report.
What breakout room were you? There you are.
Yes. Judge, this is short meeting.
All right, let the deputy know that you're excused, Mr. Figueroa. Let me see which page he is on. There we go. All right, Kathy Compton.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
I was reset for today, presumably to give the court an update on the status of the ex parte motion that you had granted. And
No, just 1 second. I don't think you want everyone to know about it. Just 1 second. Okay, which case are you here on? Washington?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna meet you in the breakout room. And everyone, just give me a moment. I'm gonna meet you in breakout room number 1.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Well, that's going to slow things down.
Right.
If anybody in this meeting has Joseph Acevedo's text number, please chat it to me.
I do, Patrick. I'll send it to you.
Patrick, I have it too, but I wasn't going to give it to you just out of spite.
He left something valuable in the conference room where I'm at.
Oh, goodness.
Mean Mr. Mauer.
Oh, there's Bob Behrens. My God, now we're in trouble.
Uh-huh.
It's impossible to really talk crap to people on a Zoom hearing. Too many people listening.
Why? We do it all the time.
It's being recorded.
Well, I wouldn't put it in the chat room either, because that can be read at the end of the day.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Did not know that.
I'm sending it to you right now, Pat.
Okay, thank you.
Even if it's a private chat between two people?
Yeah, we can't read it. The court staff can read it at the end of the day.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I can think of a couple people who are reading it.
I stopped saying anything in chat other than, can I have a breakout room, please?
You sure they can't look at those later?
If there's a CTV coordinate, DA who's a host who wants to confer with me on my multitude of cases on your docket, I would appreciate it.
If there's any family violence prosecutors that want to confer with me, I would appreciate it.
Bob, nobody really wants to confer with you.
I really don't want to confer with anyone else either. So, it's
You can
mutual
go
feeling.
confer with yourself.
Am I excused, Judge Mauer?
Yes, you are.
All right. You let the other judge know that.
You're on your own.
All right, Mr. Washington, if you can make sure you go to breakout room number 1, please. Pat Montgomery.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi.
My fellow Mr. Fred McDaniel has an unindicted aggravated robbery, which might be a habitual indictment, but we can't do anything on it because it's not indicted. Also, he has a motion to revoke on a state jail felony that I'm going to be appointed on, so I'm told today. So I'd ask for my 10 days on the motion to revoke, and I'd ask that you pass the ag robbery for indictment since it's a CM case.
Just one moment. All right, everyone, just give me a moment on Mr. Leal case. Everyone, just give me a second. The court coordinator is coming back into the main session so I can get dates.
And Judge, I just sent you dates for Victor Vela. We agreed in the breakout room with Norma.
Okay, and where is Rafael Leal?
He may still be in there on another. Oh no, I guess he's not.
Yes, just one second, everyone.
Excuse me, Your Honor, may I be excused?
Just one moment, please, everyone. It's Tuesday. Remember, you're in court. All right, Pat Montgomery on McDaniel. That's coming back on the 27th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am. May I be excused?
Yes, you're excused. Mr. McDaniel? McDaniel?
I didn't see him on the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes.
there he is.
Hi, Mr. McDaniel, we're going to call you back on January 27th. Your attorney is telling me that there's a new case and he hasn't had a chance to review it, but he's been appointed to that new case and he was just appointed today. Do you understand?
I do understand, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Norma, L14 can go back. Is there a deputy near you? Mr. McDaniel, is there a deputy?
There is, ma'am.
Can you let the deputy know that you're excused?
Yes, ma'am. You have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Joanne Eckel, and then we'll take up Martin Guerra. Joanne Eckel?
Yes, Judge, I would need a trial date on my case, please.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Ms. Ferguson. Ms. Ferguson, can you go to breakout room number 2, please?
Thank you, Judge.
And Ms. Eckel, I'll send you to number 2.
Thank
Raphael
you.
Leal
Okay.
on Victor Vela.
Yes, Your Honor, I confer with Ms. Ferguson, and we have a trial date on February 15th.
Do you have all your discovery?
Yes, Your Honor. And I also have an ex parte motion, Judge, and I was wondering if you would sign that.
I've signed everything that's been submitted to me.
I submitted one on November 8th or 9th, something like that, Judge. and
Oh,
I'm-
no, if there's something that's been submitted me November 8th or 9th, I've already signed it. But what I can do is I'll send you to a breakout room and you can speak with Ms. Ferguson.
All right.
Is your client rejecting the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Vela, is he in custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Vela, can you unmute?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Vela, we're going to bring you back on February 15th
Okay.
for your jury trial.
Yes.
The plea deadline has expired, so the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. If you're released from custody, you'll need to come to the 187 District Court at 9 a.m. dressed for trial. If you are still in custody, you will be brought over dressed for trial at 9 a.m. You will be brought over dressed in whatever you have at the Bexar County Jail. So if there's different attire that you wish to be in, then you will need to coordinate with your attorney. And Mr. Leal, if there's an issue with getting dressed, getting attire exchange for your client, just let the court know and we'll do what we can do.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Vela, that's when your jury trial date will be, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. And Mr. Vela, you did want to go to the jury trial?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Is there a deputy near you? Is there an officer there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you let him know that you're excused?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, you
Bye.
too. All right, and then your other client, Juan Ibarra,
Yes, Your Honor.
what is happening with Mr. Ibarra?
I think I was being sent the documents, Judge, and I have them right now.
Okay, and
Yeah.
before you leave, make sure you speak with Ms. Ferguson about your motion, because I've signed all motions that appear before me.
I'll make sure of that, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Gabriel Paredes, you want to button up your shirt? We're not at the disco. It's not the 70s. All right, Mr. Sawyer?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
I'd like to speak to an ADA on the Jennifer Hernandez case. It's a motion to revoke.
Okay, is there a prosecutor available on Jennifer Hernandez?
If it's CTD, I can do it, Judge.
Is it criminal trial division?
It was reduced to misdemeanor. It was originally a theft. It's now a theft, 100 to 750, 1-year probation.
All right,
Okay.
so courtroom, can you send him to number 6, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Martin Guerra.
Yes, Your Honor. I finished conferring with Marcus and also Ms. Ferguson. We have an agreed trial date of February the 15th.
Okay, just 1 second. And this is Robert Dale.
It's on Robert Hentnick.
Okay. And where is Robert Dale Hitnick?
He's on screen, Your Honor.
Here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hitnick, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Nick, it's close enough.
All right. Well, I
I'm
try
a
to get it
pull-up.
the way it is. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Hitnick, my understanding is that you're rejecting the state's offer. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Defense, have you received all the discovery?
Your Honor, there's just one outstanding issue. I forgot to mention this to ADA Sanders, but we're exploring if there's going to be any additional footage, maybe possibly from the magistrate, of my client interacting with some of the guards there. But other than that,
All right. This is what I'm going to do because I've never given you a plea deadline date before, and the court always gives plea deadline dates, as you know. So what we're going to do, we're not going to set you on jury trial, Mr. Hitnick, because I like for people to have a chance to think about everything. So we're going to bring you back on January 27th. That will be your plea deadline date. If the plea agreement is not accepted at that time, then the court will give you a jury trial date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right. So it'll be on the 27th of January, and that will be by Zoom.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Guerra, just continue to confer with the state to make sure you have all discovery.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Joanne Eckel?
Are we now excused, ma'am?
Yes, you're excused. Your attorney is excused as well.
Excuse me, Judge Boyd.
Judge?
Excuse.
Excuse me, just one moment. Who's asking if they are excused?
It was Mr. Washington.
Yes, Mr. Washington, just give me a moment for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am, no problem.
All right, thank you. Joanne Eckel?
Yes, Judge, we have a trial date of March the 1st.
All right. Is your client in custody or on bond?
On bond.
All right. Shamarcus Porter, where are you?
Right here, ma'am.
All right. Defense, have you received all discovery?
As far as I'm aware, yes, Judge.
All right. And Mr. Porter, are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then Ms. Eckel, when is your jury trial date?
March 1st, Judge.
All right, Mr. Porter, your jury trial date is going to be March 1st. On that date, you'll need to appear in person in the 187th District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor at 9 a.m. and you'll need to be dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Eckel, if there's anything that comes up, of course, between now and then, just let the court know. Mr. Porter, your plea deadline date has expired, so the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case. The court will only accept pleas that are open to the court after this date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Eckel. If there's nothing else, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too.
Have a good day.
Mr. Porter?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. Oh, I meant Robert Porter.
Oh.
You're excused. Thank you. I don't know if you guys are related or not.
He's my brother.
Okay. Thank you. Robert, but as they say, but is he heavy?
I'm sorry.
I said, you remember the song, he ain't heavy, he's my brother?
That's right. That's right.
All right, so you have Mr. Jones?
I do, Judge. I just need to talk to him again briefly.
All right, is he in custody or on bond?
He's in custody. And I've already spoken with the district attorney.
All right, let me see. What breakout room were you in, Mr. Porter?
Well, we were jumping around from room 6 and then room 8, but he never joined me back in room 8.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. And Mr. Jones, if you could go to number 3, please. Let me find Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just one moment. I have to find which breakout room you were in, Mr. Jones. There you are. Anthony Cantrell.
Good morning, Judge. I still need to go back to a breakout room with criminal trial division.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 5.
Thank you.
Breakout room were you in, or have you left and come back?
To be honest with you, I can't even remember. Sorry about that. Thank you.
All right, I'm sending you number 5. Remember number 5.
I will. Thanks. Bye.
All right, and Colin Hobbs.
Judge, I'm hoping to go into a breakout room with Meredith, if possible.
On which case?
It's gonna be Nathan Medina, Your Honor.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
CTD.
I'm going to send you to number 8.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Jones, you have your hand raised?
Yes, I don't see no breakout room showing up.
Just one second. Ms. Ferguson, can you have 14L? Can you have them help him go to breakout room number 3? Ask the deputy behind you. Tell him you need to go to number 3. All right, James Meyer and then Miguel Hernandez. All right, he's on the phone. Miguel Hernandez.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with Marcus. He has located apparently some videos from the Walmart. We've agreed on a January 25th trial date, and he'll have those videos so I can view them before that date on Mr. Donald Deary, CTD.
All right. Mr. Sanders, I don't have where I've given him a jury trial date. Mr. Hernandez.
Yes, Judge.
Do you want, I'm sorry, I don't have where I've given you a deadline, a plea deadline date.
No, we haven't, Your Honor, on this one.
All right, so I need to give you a plea deadline date first. What date did Ms. Ferguson give you for a jury trial?
Well, we agreed, Marcus and I agreed. I had not talked with her. I was trying to reach out to her, but couldn't find her in the chat.
All right, so do you wish to have a plea deadline date, Mr. Hernandez? Because you know in this court, I give everyone a plea deadline date.
I would, Your Honor.
All right, because I'm a little bit concerned that you haven't received the video. Let me see. Ms. Ferguson, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
I need a plea deadline date on Donald Deary, please. He's on page 13. All right, we're going to come back on January 21st. That will be your plea deadline date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if you have not received discovery before then, of course, the court will extend that plea deadline date. I know you say you're waiting for one video.
I think we should have it by then, Judge.
All right, thank you. Is your client on custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Mr. Deary, 14M.
All right, Mr. Deary, we're going to come back on January 21st. Could you unmute for me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to see you back on January 21st. I want to make sure that your attorney has all the discovery, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. Deary. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, and Norma 14M can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
Lorraine, I'm in
And for some reason, there are like 3 attorneys here.
Well, I have Mr. Flannery with me.
Yes.
Regarding that motion for tomorrow.
Yes.
Can we go in a breakout room?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Before I go to a breakout room with you all, because we only have one computer in the courtroom, just give me one moment. Let me take up Mr. Sawyer and then we can go to a breakout room.
Mr. Sawyer?
Yes. Yes.
Good morning, Judge. First of all, I'm here in person this morning because my secretary had a medical emergency. I had to go to the doctor. And she's the one who sets me up for Zoom. So this is my part, too.
Okay, so,
we have a plea worked out on Jennifer Hernandez.
all right, then what will end up happening is the paperwork then can go through to the courtroom, through the deputy, and we'll get that done.
Okay, it's a motion to vote. It's been a plea of truth to count number 5.
All right, thank you. Just get the, Ms. Ferguson, and you can make sure that paperwork goes to the courtroom for Mr. Sawyer to sign, and then it'll go to his client.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, to the courtroom, can you have us go to breakout room number 1, please?
Yes, Judge.
And everyone, remember, put some patience in your pocket. Andres Campion, I'm going to send you to breakout room number.
Your Honor, I'm just here to present my client to the court.
Well, just give me a moment. I'll be right back. All right, everyone, just give me a moment while I sign paperwork that's in my box, and then we will continue.
Judge, can I ask you a question in a breakout room while you're doing that too?
Sure. If you'll meet me in breakout room number 1, everyone just give me a moment, please. Andres Campion on Borrego.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Borrego was not feeling very well yesterday, and we had trouble getting him on, but he is on now. I spoke to Norma yesterday. We were supposed to be on early in the morning, but I was stuck in Kerr County in an in-person hearing and didn't make it back until later in the afternoon. But Mr. Borrego is present, and I believe Norma had given us a date for January, but I did not write it down.
All right, and so where are we with the cell phone dump?
So we, after speaking with my staff, there's only one way to serve this entity, and it's through USPS, through the mail. They have an online portal, but that's solely restricted to law enforcement. And their portal says that if you file it and you're not law enforcement, they'll try and prosecute you for it. So we're trying to send it through USPS certified mail. And we're hoping that we get it back by January, but we can definitely update the court at that time. That's the one thing that we're waiting.
So I'm assuming that this cell phone dump is related to this case, correct?
It is.
So the state isn't getting this cell phone dump?
It's not a cell phone dump, Your Honor. It's a subpoena to a business that will have records pertaining to something on the cell phone. But that's what we're waiting on right now.
Okay, there's that, but though it's still something that the state could do.
Judge, yeah, it's not something, I don't think defense really wants to let me in on too much information at this point. I asked, trust me.
Okay. All right.
It's not because I don't like Michelle.
Okay. All right, Miss Ferguson on Borrego.
Yeah,
Can
I gave him a court date of January 7th, Judge,
7th, okay.
for which is on a Friday.
Okay. And what page is he on, Miss Ferguson?
I forgot to add it, Judge. It was just crazy yesterday.
All right, thank you. All right, so we'll be back on the 7th.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you very much.
All right, James Meyer. You're muted.
Hi, I conferred with the district attorney's office, specifically. Oh,
James, it was me.
Brittany.
Can you speak again in the breakout room, please?
Oh, let's do that. No problem. We'll do. Let's.
All right, can you send him to a breakout room?
Okay.
Thank you, Brittany. All right, Robert Maurer and your cast of thousands.
That was very timely, Judge, because I have the co-defendant, Victoria Lara, and she is going to be applying for pretrial diversion based upon my fruitful conferring with Brittany. So I'm not sure if you can give me 30 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we have a PTD update, please, on Victoria Lara?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
Thank you.
And she's going to come in on Thursday and do her application here.
All right, thank you.
You want my other ones, Judge?
No, just let's start with Laura. Let's do one at a time.
And I will need to confer with Michelle on my last cast of thousands.
Okay. Is this January 21st for me, Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am. We can do the 21st.
All right, so that's going to come back on January 21st for a PTD update. Victoria Lara, you're excused. Who is your next?
Elizabeth Yepes, Judge. You want a case number?
No. Yes, what is happening with Yepes?
I've talked to Brittany as well, and she is going to shoot me an offer, and then I'm going to talk to my client. My client's on parole. I need to talk to a parole officer before we can resolve the case, but I think we'll be able to resolve it.
All right, Norma, on Yepes, can we set this for the 21st as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see which page Yepes is on.
She's on the last page of the
Writing
document.
down 22, Judge, instead of 20, instead of
15.
15, Judge.
Thank you. All right, who do you have next?
Is Andre Watson. And I told Brittany I'm going to file a competency evaluation. I got a phone call from the defendant's mother in Ohio who expressed some concerns about delusional behavior, which is kind of verified in the offense report. So I'm going to file a competency evaluation.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what date should we call back Mr. Watson for competency?
I can do January 14th.
I'm sorry, what?
14th.
All right, so we're going to come back on January 14th. All right, Mr. Watson, we're going to bring you back on January 14th.
And Judge, my last one, I actually, as we were talking, I got a note from Michelle. My other case is Antonio Casablanca.
Just 1 second, Mr. Maurer. Mr. Watson, we're going to bring you back on January 14th.
Yes, when I spoke to my attorney, he said that he would was going
Well,
to
just 1 second, Mr. Watson. I don't know if your attorney wants you to talk about discussions you've had with him, because that's confidential. And if you start talking about it in public to people other than your attorney, it's no longer confidential. So what we're going to do is, your attorney is saying that he spoke with your mom. So we're going to bring you back on January 14th, and we're going to get this done as quickly as possible. Okay?
So it's going to be over 6 months. Okay. I mean, I don't know how.
It's January 14th. It's so that we can get an evaluation done.
I don't understand why my mom has to be involved in this. If my mom lives in Ohio, I'm 40 years old.
No, I understand. But Mr. Watson, here's the thing. It's not just your mom's involvement. First of all, I hope that everybody mom cares about them. You know what my mom always tells me? My mom always tells me that she loves me and she wouldn't tell me anything or do anything that would hurt me. So your attorney is basing his decision to have an evaluation done based upon what's in the police report. I haven't seen the police report, so I don't know. So what I'm telling you is we are going to expedite it to get you seen as quickly as possible. Norma, can you let them know that L12 can go back?
And Judge, my last one, I'm ready when you are.
And that's Casablanca?
Casablanca.
L12 can go back. Bye-bye.
All right, so what is happening with Mr. Antonio Casablanca?
So the state has needed to talk to the complainant for a long period of time. And the note that Michelle sent me was, it's Caitlin and Joe Ray were working on it. They were supposed to meet with the victim, but she got COVID and she's scheduled to come in on the 22nd of this month to determine whether or not they want to move forward.
Okay, so we'll recall this for January 21st as well, Mr. Maurer.
Perfect. That works out fantastic for me.
And then if you have something before then, I'm always available. All right, do you have anyone else with us?
That completes my cast of thousands.
Okay, you know what? If you're going to say cast of thousands, it should be at least 100.
No, nobody. I think you and I are probably the only people getting the reference.
Yeah. All right, have a good one.
I'm ready for my close-up. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Mary Peterzak.
Yes, good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who do you have?
Mr. Ochoa.
What's the first name?
Jonathan Ochoa. I'm sorry, I usually forgot to change my name.
That's okay. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's family violence. This was recalled from yesterday. I had a chance to talk to the state about this case. I think that we are going to move forward with the trial on this case, and then The last appearance that we had, I know the court's running out of time today, but the last appearance
Yeah.
we had, we were going to address his GPS conditions and try to allow him to go to HEB if he was doing well on the other conditions where he got to go see his grandma.
Okay, so Mr. Ochoa, I have not given him a plea deadline date yet, so the court doesn't set jury trials until a plea deadline date has happened. Have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Judge.
Has the state tendered an offer?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and who's the prosecutor you were speaking about, the family violence prosecutor?
I was talking to Joe Ray and Miss, was it Wilkins? Caitlin?
All right, is there a prosecutor available to confer with Ms. Peterzak on a motion to allow the defendant to go to HEB on Ochoa?
I can look at it, Judge.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll send you to a breakout room with the state and then come back so I can give you a plea deadline date.
Will do. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. I'll send you to number 3. Robert Porter.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm Melvin Jones. We got an update, Your Honor, and with 2 issues.
Yes.
Number one, we're here on November the 22nd. That's when the state, that was our deadline. As far as offers were concerned, he rejected those offers, and we're recalled today to get our trial date setting. The offers haven't changed, so we still want a trial date setting on Mr. Jones.
All right, and does he only have 1 case?
He has 3 cases, Your Honor. The one driving the bus is going to be 2020 CR 8810.
Okay, let me just find him on the docket. Are the other cases indicted?
No.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Those will probably be used as punishment, Your Honor.
All right, have you confirmed?
They are indicted, Judge. The other
All
two
right,
cases
to
are
the clerks, I don't have the other files on Melvin Jones. I only have 1.
Let me look from Judge.
Thank you. All right, have you conferred with the state and with the defense? I'm sorry, the state and the court coordinator on a jury trial date, Mr. Porter?
No, I have not, Your Honor. Not yet. And then we had that second issue. I was going to address the court on it, and I know there's a lot of participants going on right now. But at our last hearing, the state agreed to reduce the bond on Mr. Jones on 2 of the cases. With the exception of the 2020 CR 8810, they did not agree. I filed a motion for reduction on that case, and I've let Ms. Harrington know. And if the court would allow at any time, sometime today, if we could argue that for Mr. Jones.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's come back on Mr. Jones at 2 p.m. Are you available, Mr. Porter, at 2?
Yes, I'm at the mercy of the court and with Mr. Jones.
All right, so we do have a hearing that's scheduled at 2, but we will fit you in.
Okay, thank you so much. And then at that time, we could get our trial date setting.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Colin Hobbs.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm hoping to go back to the breakout room with Meredith. I can re-enter, but I just need to let her know.
All right, let me see if Meredith is out. She is. So if you'll go back to number 8, Ms. McIntyre, if you can come to 8. James Meyer.
Here.
Hi.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you.
Hi. So
Hi.
I conferred with the A and Mr. Hull, the defendant client. We will apply for a pretrial diversion, and we'll do so immediately. In fact, today, and well, we'll send it out to the client today. He'll have it filled out, and we'll send it to Ms. Chavez by end of the week. But he'll be applying for a PTD on this. On this matter before you.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Darrell Hall, can I have a PTD update, please?
You need a what, Judge?
PTD update on Darrell Hall.
Okay, let me check on that, Judge.
Frank Marino, you need to wake up. You're in court.
Did you want me to send you?
Judge, may I be excused until 2?
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
Judge, if I can be sent with Norma at her breakout room.
Just one moment, Mr. Leal. I'm waiting for a date.
Okay.
No, I'm coming back at 2.
Now, just give me a moment, Mr. Jones. Ms. Ferguson, do you have a date? All right, we're going to come back on January 21st. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, can you hold on for just a second? Because I don't think they received an application on him yet.
No, he was just offered it today.
It's a
Okay, thank you.
new application. Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Meyer, you need to make sure that application is done.
I sent it to him just right now. Thank you.
All right. Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond. He's on the Zoom, but
Mr. Hall, have you received the application?
sent it. We sent it. Is he there?
So I think your client went out.
Okay. Yeah, we sent it on his email just a moment ago. Okay, but I'll have him fill it out. That's always the hardest part. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. I just checked my email. I
All
got
right,
it.
Mr. and Hall, do you have that?
Yes, I just checked. I got it. I'm sorry.
All right, you need to make sure you fill that out.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Any other attorneys ready? Raphael Leal.
Yes, Your Honor. I think I need to confer with Ms. Ferguson
On what matter?
on the matter of the ex parte motion and order.
Okay, I'll send you to number 1.
Thank you.
Suzanne Kramer.
Yes, Judge. There's things that the court needs to know, but it might all be moot if I can talk to the state about some discovery issues and possibly dismissing this case, which is our conversation last time, and I haven't heard anything further. So,
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
thank you.
And Mr. Meager, we're waiting for your attorney. All right. And then Ms. Ferguson, if you can go to breakout room number 1 with Mr. Leal. And are there prosecutors available on Angelina Longoria?
That's me, Judge.
All right. And who is the defense attorney? Tony Hernandez? We're ready, Brenna, and he's not here. Oh. All right, as soon as he comes back.
Judge, can I get my client back in my breakout room 18?
Sure. All right, what I'm going to do, because it'll pop up for him, I'm going to actually move him to number 12, and
Okay.
I'll see you to 12. Mr. Marino, if you could go to number 12, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, this is Bob Behrens. I've been here for a
Oh,
while.
sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I-
it's
I need-
because your screen is black.
Yeah, I need to confer with the family violence prosecutor if I may. Gilbert or Gabriel Paredes.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 6.
All right.
Tony Hernandez,
Yes, Judge.
we're ready on your case.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm ready.
Where's your client?
She's in jail.
Angelina Longoria. There she is.
Yes.
I'm here, Judge.
Judge, when you have a moment, I think
Yes.
Jonathan Watkins and his client Moreno are in court, and I think that's the sentencing. We can knock that one out when the court gets a chance.
All right, so Mr. Hernandez, let me do the sentencing quickly. That's in the courtroom. And then Mr. Hernandez, I'll take you right up.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, Mr. Watkins isn't here.
All righty.
He was earlier. Was your attorney, Moreno? He was here, right?
Just 1 second.
Oh, M?
Yeah, that was very stop.
Hold on, let me help you out.
All right, while we wait for him to come back, we'll take up Longoria. All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 7257B, State of Texas versus Angelina Longoria. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Tony Hernandez on behalf of Ms. Longoria.
And are you Miss Longoria?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Longoria, did you sign a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference?
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
you review that with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Longoria, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Longoria, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it
Yes,
in
ma'am.
all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand you're charged with burglary of a habitation? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you. You will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you up to 20 years in prison? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Longoria, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Would you review that page with your
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2021 CR 8593. There should be no contact with Nayla, N-A-Y-L-A Hernandez, Leo Sanchez, Savannah Gutierrez, Anthony Gutierrez, and 5211 Fredericksburg Road. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Your Honor, that and the $200 in restitution to.
Thank you.
Yes.
And it also includes a $200 restitution to Nayla Hernandez. Did everyone understand that to be the plea bargain agreement? State?
Yes, Judge.
Yes,
Defense?
Your Honor.
Ms. Longoria, did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, anger management, GED if applicable, provide proof of valid employment upon release in regular UAs. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
It offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you and your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
College is not quite 4, almost 4. No, just I didn't. Yeah, I'm close.
Under review and states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Please, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, she's been in jail for about almost 90 days now, and I don't think she's ever been locked up this long before. It seems to have had a very good impact on her, a positive impact from her in the sense that she doesn't want to be there again. I've talked to her, Judge, and she's confident that she can abide by the conditions of this deferred adjudication, and we're asking the court to grant that application.
All right, Ms. Longoria, do you have any children?
No, I don't, ma'am.
All right, what's up with the tattoo on your forehead and the neck tattoo? What does the tattoo on your forehead say?
It says "Get Cake, Die Young." Both of those tattoos were contribute to my favorite artist that passed away.
Did your favorite artist know you that well for you to be tattooing? I mean, Prince was one of my favorite artists, but I'm not tattooing his name on my forehead.
No, ma'am.
So what's up with the neck tattoo?
It's from the same artist.
All right, how far did you go in school?
I'm in college. I go there to be a paramedic.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody else. Once you have a felony charge, be it deferred adjudication, be it conviction, any job that you have that requires a license, before you spend all your money doing that work or trying to get to that point, you need to find out if you're going to be allowed to have a license for that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And sometimes you can get a license for that, but it's just going to be a big hurdle. You have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
prove that you've grown and you've changed.
Will do.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. $1,000 fine, probated, 5 years deferred adjudication, taking consideration 2021 CR 8593. No contact with Nyla Hernandez, Leo Sanchez, Savannah Gutierrez, Anthony Gutierrez, 5211 Fredericksburg Road, $200 restitution to Nyla Hernandez, 120 hours community service restitution. The court will deduct 40 of those hours if you provide proof that you've obtained the COVID vaccination in full. Court is not requiring or ordering anyone to get the vaccination, but if you do, 40 hours will be deducted. The court will not allow a buyout of the remaining hours of the community service restitution. However, if she obtains her degree or certificate, the rest of those hours will be waived. There's to be anger management, proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be regular UAs, random field visits, 1 time per month. There's to be regular Zoom reporting or in person. So if something happens and you can't report by Zoom, you'll need to report in person. Rebecca, is there anything else that you need?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Longoria, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Longoria, here's the thing. You're going to have to get into control of your anger, because otherwise you're not going to be able to go far in life and do what you want to do if you're angry all the time. You need to figure out why you're angry, and you need to correct that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Longoria. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5. Probation will meet you there. Mr. Hernandez, you can go to 5 or either you can be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You have a
You're
nice.
welcome. All
Your
right,
Honor.
is, just one second.
Yes, sir.
Is Jonathan Watkins back in the courtroom?
He is here, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to do this sentencing very quickly, then I'll take up Mr. Sawyer and Mr. Cantrell.
Can we approach, Judge? We're here.
Okay, thank you. Let me grab.
Sorry, Judge, I'm in GIT mode today. You'll have to excuse me. I need to get it together.
No problem.
I did wear suspenders for you, though, Your Honor. I'm trying to look the part.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so the 2 cases, before we go on the record, the 2 cases he pled to, is that 2021 CR 2280 and 2021 CR 6626?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 2280 and 2021 CR 6626, State of Texas versus Michael Marino. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Tom Nisbet.
for the defense?
Jonathan Watkins for Mr. Moreno, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Marino?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. The court will note for the record that the defendant and the defense attorney are in the courtroom. Any objections to us proceeding by video, state?
None.
Defense?
We have none, Judge.
And the court will note for the record that the defendant entered his plea in each of the cause numbers by video. And each of the cause numbers, according to the plea bargain agreement, the defendant is to be sentenced to 4 years in prison, and there are several cases that being taken into consideration. Are both sides ready to proceed with
State's
sentencing?
ready.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client, Mr. Watkins?
Your Honor, I'd like the court to be aware that Michael, which we respectfully ask that the court follow the agreement. Michael has been on a long road with these cases. I know that he's had his ups and his downs, but he's just looking forward to getting past this chapter in his life. And I have full faith that he will come back stronger as a result of this. And he has accepted responsibility for his actions. And he's just wanting to be back with his family after he serves his time.
All right. And Mr. Marino, I appreciate you for coming for sentencing, knowing that the sentencing was for prison. All right. And cause number 2021 CR 6626. The court will sentence you to 4 years in prison. Give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2021 CR 2280. Court will take the following cause numbers in consideration. 2020 CR 1318. County Court cause number 661107. 2020 CR 0666. 2020 CR 7894. 2020 CR 6152. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing under that cause number? State?
No.
Defense?
Judge, we thank you for following the agreement.
Then we'll move on to cause number 2021 CR 2280. The court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2021 CR 6626. Court will take in consideration 2020 CR 1318. County Court cause number 661107. 2020 CR 0666. 2020 CR 7894. 2020 CR 6152. County Court cause number 6611106. And there's to be no contact with Raquel, RAQUELK. And there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing under that cause number from either side?
None.
We have nothing
Defense?
further. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. All right, in each of these cause numbers, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them and did you electronically sign them?
Yes, ma'am.
And each of the cause numbers, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And each of the cause numbers, because these are felony convictions, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number 2021 CR 2280, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. And because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition as well. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If there's a question over what the definition of a weapon is, you'll need to speak to an attorney for that definition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. Mr. Marino, good luck to you. You're gonna have to make sure that you change your ways. Otherwise, what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna find yourself in and out of the prison system. If you have children, you're gonna find those children adults and not recognizing you when you are released from prison. Worst case scenario, something bad will end up happening. Or either you'll end up in prison, and when new people come to prison, they'll ask, how does this system work? And they're going to say, ask the oldest person in the prison. We call him Grandpa Marino. Don't be Grandpa Marino at the prison, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Marino. They're going to take you in.
God bless you.
Oh, thank you so much. God bless you too. All right, Mr. Sawyer. Michael Sawyer, hi. Who do you have?
I'm here, Judge.
Yes, who is your client? Have you done all the paperwork?
We have
All right, and what is the,
Jennifer Hernandez, Your Honor, it's a motion to revoke.
all right, where is Ms. Hernandez?
Hi, Your Honor.
Hi, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is the prosecutor on Hernandez?
I was, Judge.
All right. Court is calling 2020 CR 3968A, State of Texas versus Jennifer Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Nisbet.
for the defense?
Michael J. Sawyer.
And are you Ms. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hernandez, I'll show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision, and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jennifer G. Hernandez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 3968A for the offense of theft $100 to $750 on June 10th, 2021 for a period of 1 year? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. Condition number 5, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Jennifer G. Hernandez did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July and August of 2021 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It's true, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
State,
We waive all remaining allegations.
any objections to the state's waivers?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
There
There
is,
is, Judge. Yes, pending the court's approval, we want to deny and continue her on her deferred adjudication, extend the case for 6 months following probation's recommendation to refer her to the Center for Healthcare Services and a mental health officer at the Southwest, it's SW, I'm assuming that's Southwest office. And then it says probationer to comply with all previous conditions to verify residency at each report.
All right, Mr. Sawyer, is that the agreement?
it is, Your Honor.
Ms. Hernandez, are you asking me to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Ms. Hernandez, here's the thing. I'm going to follow your agreement, and I realize that sometimes life gets in the way, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But the number one thing you need to make sure you do when you're on probation is report. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes,
right,
Your Honor.
So I'm going to deny the motion, extend for 6 months, and we'll do a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. I'm going to trust you out of custody to do that. You understand?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
So if you don't follow through while you're out of custody, then that's going to be on you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
I
good luck to
understand.
you.
Thank you. You have a good week, Your Honor. Thank
Oh,
you.
you too, and you have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to send you to a breakout room with probation, and they're going to go over conditions, the new conditions with you.
Okay.
Mr. Sawyer, you can go to the breakout room with her. You can be excused. As always, thank you for coming.
Chased after another court. I'm gonna be on my way.
All right, thank you. Tell
very
your
much.
brother I said hi.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Have a
Mr.
good
Sawyer.
Judge Boyd, if you could put me in a breakout room with her, this is CLO Alex Solomon.
All right, I've made you a co-host, so you should be able to go to a breakout room with her.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, Anthony Cantrell.
Good morning, Your Honor. Well, good afternoon. Mari Hinojosa, Your Honor, she was supposed to file an application for pretrial diversion. I don't believe that she's completed that yet, and she did not get on Zoom today. We've tried to notify her the last couple of days, but have not been able to reach her. So I can't tell you what's going on with her right now.
Just one moment. All right, is there a prosecutor available on Hinojosa?
I can do it.
Court is calling 2020 CR 2987, State of Texas versus Marie Angelica Hinojosa. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Tom Nisbet.
For the defense?
Anthony Cantrell.
All right, this hearing is scheduled at 9 a.m. It's now 12:14 p.m. The defendant has not been on the Zoom screen. Deputy Norma, has there been a Marie Hinojosa in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
No, Your Honor.
State?
Judge, we ask that you forfeit the bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client, Mr. Cantrell, and have her present herself in court or either on Zoom, the court will reconsider.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May I be
Thank
excused?
you. Yes.
Thank you.
Mary Peterzak?
Yes, good afternoon, Judge.
Yes.
For Jonathan Ochoa,
Yes.
I had a chance to talk to him. It looks like we don't have any agreement, but I think that she had passed on their desires to another prosecutor who was gonna make the arguments.
Okay, who's the prosecutor on Jonathan Ochoa? It's a family violence.
Judge, it was Caitlin and she sent me her desires, but they're traveling and took off. So if you just give me a minute to look at the reports.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Okay.
And Miss, what I can tell you both is that on this case, the court has not given a plea deadline date for this case at all. So I still need to give them a plea deadline date. Miss Peterzak?
Yes, Judge?
Have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Judge.
And an offer has been tendered, but you're thinking maybe the offer will be changed? Is that what I'm hearing, or is that not what I'm hearing?
No, I think so. It's two different things. One is the plea offer, and then the other thing, we were here on the last setting for a motion to modify the bond conditions in regards to GPS. I think we were going to address that as well.
Mary, did you file a motion?
So I had filed it previously back in November. And so this was something that was just going to be, I guess the court had said it was just going to be readdressed in 30 days.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just give me a few minutes to familiarize myself with the facts.
All right. And I'll tell you this, Ms. Hayden, what she's requesting is to allow him to do certain things, like go to the grocery store.
Yeah. And Caitlin had mentioned, she said she'd fine with just Saturday 10 to 2 to shop where he needs to go, that in the existing conditions, but I guess there's not an agreement with defense.
Well, I think what we were asking for, Judge, is that he be allowed tracking only. And I think that we're kind of giving him like from 10 to 2:30, you can go to HEB. From this time, you can go to Walmart. From this time, you can go to the mall. This time, you can go, visit your grandma. And if that's how we need to do it for him to be able to accomplish these things, I think that's great. But I think that he's been able to show the court that he's capable of following court orders.
Okay, just give me one moment.
Your Honor, can I jump in for a quick?
Just one second. Okay. Who wanted to jump in quickly?
Garza, Your Honor.
All right, just one second. James Toshi, who do you have?
Good morning, Judge. Genevieve Ramirez, it's a motion to revoke.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
It was criminal trial, Judge, and I believe the motion has been withdrawn. I'll let Mr. Nisbet address that.
All right, if it's been withdrawn, then the court has signed it. All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you very much, Judge. Thank you.
All right,
Tom.
Hector Garza.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, I was hoping to meet with Brittany.
What is the cause? I mean, what is the case? The defendant's name? Don't spill that. Once it goes over paper, paper is never the same.
True that. Saul Martinez.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal trial. And
All
Brittany
right.
and I had already spoken on this. That's why I was hoping to touch base with her.
I'll send you number 3. Brittany, if you're available, if you could go to number 3. Cornelius Cox. You're on mute.
Yes, ma'am. On Carlos Romero. I need to speak with Tom for a second. It's criminal trial.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 6, and Tom Nesbitt, if you can go to number 6, please.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Derek Edmonds.
Judge, I have 2 cases. I have a case, Michelle Hayden, Lee Dyer. We're gonna need a trial set on that case.
Just one moment. All right, just give me a moment. I'll send you to a breakout room with Ms. Ferguson and get a date. And on your other case?
On the other case, Judge, I've talked with Marcus about that case. We have an agreement that my client's gonna accept, but he needs to come up with upfront restitution for that agreement. And we probably need maybe the second week in January to have that accomplished, if the court can give us to them.
All right, so I'm gonna send you to a breakout room. And when you go to that breakout room, you're gonna request from Ms. Ferguson a date. Well, no, let's do this. Ms. Ferguson, are you there? Can I get a second week in January setting on Xavier Alcaraz, please? For a plea. If you'll put that in the chat box.
Norma, if we can do like the 12th, 13th, or 14th, if you have one of those days available.
Oh, my God.
All right, we'll do January 12th on Alcaraz. Okay. And then Norma, I need a jury trial date on Wilson Dyer.
Judge, is that a family violence case? I'm trying to look that up. Give me 1 second.
It's a family violence case.
Okay, give us just a second, Judge. I'm trying to. look
Norma,
up-
that's one of my cases.
Okay, awesome.
You all need to go to a breakout room to confirm a date.
Yes, ma'am. If you can just give us just a second, Judge.
All right,
Judge-
Mr.
Sorry, do you want me to pop in there?
Yes, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2, Mr. Edmonds. Once you get the date, let the court know.
Okay.
Let me find out where you are.
So Judge, you want me to come back in the main room and let the court know the date, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm sending you number 2, and Ms. Hayden will meet you in number 2 as well.
Okay.
Bob Behrens.
Yes, Judge. I spoke with Ms. Hayden regarding Mr. Paredes to 2021-6413. He does not want to accept a plea bargain, and I've already informed Ms. Hayden of that. I believe we have all our discovery. He claims that the complainant in this indicted case has filed an affidavit with the DA's office. Ms. Hayden says that she did not see that in their materials. I've already informed my client of that as well by text. So I
All
guess.
right, we're going to come back on his case on January 27th, and
All
that
right.
will be your plea deadline date.
Okay,
You and your client are excused.
thank you.
Suzanne Kramer.
Yes, Judge. I don't really need to, am I muted? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I don't really need to talk to the prosecutor. Nobody actually went into the breakout room for about 20 minutes, so I came back. This was a couple of things for today. This was a discovery compliance setting. And there's some photographic evidence that is fairly necessary for me to be able to take care of Mr. Barnes's case. I still don't have it uploaded in my e-discovery, so I'm not sure what the state, how far, if the state's able to get that uploaded. It doesn't come from the police department or the CSI, it comes from a witness, so they may not be able to find that witness. But then the second issue, which is more important, Judge, Mr. Barnes was initially found to be incompetent. And while he sat in the Bexar County Jail with a hold on him, obviously, because he was going to go to SAF, he regained his competency. So we went through that process and we have restored him back in November. The computer reads that hold was lifted. I sent his family over to make his bond, and they're telling me that it's still showing that the hold is still there. However, I mean, when I look on the CGIS, it looks like that hold was completely lifted on November 22nd. So
All right, so
I'm
Ms. Kramer, if you'll come back at 2 p.m., we'll look into that and see what is going on.
okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Tony Hernandez.
Good afternoon, Judge. Judge, I filed a motion to modify bond conditions on a Michael Thornton, and it was suggested that maybe if there's a family violence prosecutor, I could confer on that with.
Okay, I'll need you. It is 12:26. We recess at 12:30, so I'll need you to come back in at 2.
That's fine. Judge. Same Zoom ID and everything.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Hector Garza.
Your Honor, spoke with prosecutor. They're asking to do one more reset in efforts of trying to get a solid number on restitution. I believe after that, we may have to press for a trial setting.
All right, and state, when do you think you will have a restitution amount?
Judge, I'm hoping within a week, but with the holidays coming up, I don't know.
All right, but defense, do you have all the discovery on Mr. Martinez?
We do, Judge.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this for a plea deadline date, and that's going to be on January 27th. And Mr. Garza, I give plea deadline dates in this court. And so what that means is after that date, the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements.
You got it.
All right, you're excused and your client is excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day. Miss Brenna, I'm just used to calling you Brenna. And then I'm like, what's her last name? It's DeMoss. So Miss DeMoss, well, we're family, so I just call you Brenna. You can go on your break. Okay. And we'll be back at 2. Okay. Thank you. All right, Miss Patricia Padilla.
Ours is going to be a plea. I was just going to ask to be put back in a breakout room with my client, but do you want us to just come back at 2 and I can call him on the phone?
If you can stay in there and do the paperwork, and if the paperwork is done, we will get it done.
Okay, can I go back to breakout room 12? I'm sorry, I got kicked out and now I can't go back in.
All right, do you need to speak with your client?
Yes, and he should be in 12, I think.
I'll send him to number 4 because sometimes people don't know how to move back.
Okay.
All right, Derek Edmonds.
Judge, we have February 8th as a trial date.
All right, and that's a trial date on Dyer?
Correct.
What is the date?
February 8th.
All right, and where is Mr. Dyer?
He is right there in my office, Judge.
All right, Mr. Dyer,
Yes.
We're going to come back on February 8th for your jury trial. You need to be dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's at 9 a.m., 300 Della Rosa, 187 District Court. Defense, have you received all discovery?
To the best of my knowledge, Judge, I have.
Has an offer been tendered?
It has.
And Mr. Dyer, are you rejecting that offer and requesting a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on
You too.
February 8th.
All right, Judge, thank you. Take care.
You're welcome. All right, everyone, we're going to take our break. I have a meeting. Yes, Miss Peterzak?
Yes, Judge. We were waiting on the plea deadline date, and I can come back at 2 though.
All right, I appreciate it. I have a judges meeting at 12:30.
Will my client be able to be excused, or does he need to come back so we can talk about the conditions?
Well, if you want to talk, if you want to go forward with the changing his bond conditions, he'll need to be present for that so I can instruct him.
Okay, and is it the same meeting ID or is it different?
No, it will be the same meeting ID.
Okay, perfect. Well, I will see you at 2. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thanks for your patience.
Deputy Lara, was that Emilio?
It was Leon.
Okay, yeah, that was the compliance hearing, Judge.
Oh, is he here?
He's
Yeah,
here,
he was
Your
in the
Honor.
courtroom.
All right, let's bring him up. I'll take the compliance hearing from him real quickly.
En español.
Oh, then
Uh,
I didn't know he was Spanish.
Okay, we'll have to bring him back at 2.
A las 2, porque necesito intérprete.
All right, everyone, I'm going to